Hey, Cowboys Nation, happy holidays. I hope you had a decent Christmas gift, but I can tell you something. I bet it wasn't as good as the one Jerry Jones gave Mike McCarthy. What is up, everyone, and welcome into A to Z Sports Dallas Primetime. Quick video for you today. It is the 25th of December, and I wanted to get on here, get some talking going about the Cowboys. And listen, Jerry Jones, I know he likes to play the media. I know a lot of his comments are just to get a reaction. He just let us know in the Netflix trailer. He was like, keep him talking. And he said it is a 365-day soap opera. That is what the Cowboys are. And yet, come on now. Like, these comments are getting so specific that I do believe he is letting us know what or where he is leaning. And here's what I'm talking about. I thought this comment that Jerry Jones made on the radio essentially was a Christmas gift for Mike McCarthy. It was some reassurance for the Cowboys head coach. Here is the quote. I can't tell you how proud I am of the way the coaching staff, led by Mike McCarthy, the way that the leadership on this team, and really proud of these young players. They're just growing mentally and physically by leaps and bounds. Here's the key part, guys. Makes me think we've got an outstanding future ahead of us. Now, I know Jerry sometimes is just saying stuff when he gets on the radio. I know that. I'm aware of that. I've been covering the Cowboys for a while now, since 2017, professionally. I know Jerry is just saying stuff sometimes. But that quote literally makes no sense unless he really is leaning towards Mike McCarthy running it back in 2025. That is the only way saying makes me think we've got an outstanding future ahead of us. That is because he's not talking about the playoffs. The Cowboys were eliminated before kickoff versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Sunday. He's not talking about just the young players, right? He might be cutting out the part of that he just said about the coaches and then just focusing on the fact that he's really proud of these young players. And it might be that what he means, but I think the quote makes no sense unless Jerry Jones is getting ready to run it back with Mike McCarthy. Plus, you get the whole interaction that they had in the locker room after the win versus the Bucs, where he seems to be talking to Mike McCarthy, and we don't know what he told him, but you look at that clip and you tell me that it wasn't extremely positive. Right now, I'm feeling like I'm 60-40, right? I think it's 60% likely that Mike McCarthy runs it back with the Cowboys in 2025 and beyond. I think the fact that McCarthy's stock is rising, sure, it helps out Mike Zimmer because you're not bringing in a new head coach that is going to argue for a new coaching staff. But hear me out. I think Mike Zimmer's rise helps out Mike McCarthy. Because if the Cowboys want to stick around with Mike Zimmer and they don't want to make him a head coach, the easiest way to do that, the easiest way to go about that is to keep McCarthy as a head coach. So I think as much as McCarthy's stock rising is helping Zimmer out, I think it goes the other way around as well. I think the Cowboys kind of like falling in love with their defensive coordinator is going to help out the coach, the head coach, keep his job at the end of the day. So Mike McCarthy's Christmas became Jollier after these comments from Jerry Jones on the 24th of December. But before we get out of here, I also wanted to get into my 5 idea list. What would you give the Cowboys for Christmas? This is my list of 5 items. But before I do any of that, though, let me know something. Did you get a Cowboys-related Christmas gift? That's what I want to know. Let me know in the comments if you got something related to the Cowboys. Because I was seeing on Twitter, a lot of people were posting that, hey, there weren't a lot of Christmas gifts out there for Cowboys fans with the way that the season goes. And I want to know what you got. You don't have to tell me what you got. Just tell me if you got something Cowboys related or not. While you do that in the comments, though, and before I get to my 5 item list, though, let me talk to you about our friends over at Texas Card House. Shout out to them. They give you the premier poker experience where the thrill of the game meets the excitement of the community. You can visit any of their 6 Texas locations, and believe me, you will find the perfect blend of luxury, sophistication, and camaraderie for any poker aficionado. That is, whether you're just starting out or you are a well-seasoned pro, check out Texas Card House, because when you're playing cards, you want to play with the right people. And that's exactly what you'll find at Texas Card House, plus in a great place. And if you mention us, if you mention A to Z Sports at the Las Colinas venue or the Dallas venue, you will get a free month of membership and 2 free hours to play poker on top of that. So make sure you mention us when you visit the premier poker experience at Texas Card House. So here's my list of 5 Christmas gift ideas for the Cowboys. I was thinking about this as I opened my own Christmas gifts. Nothing related to the Cowboys, some nerdy stuff, some Warhammer miniatures. Shout out if there are any other Warhammer aficionados out there. But here's one, the realistic one. And I think this one would be the biggest difference maker for Dallas, other than the long shot one, which we'll get to that as well. But an early contract extension for Micah Parsons. To me, this is the gift that someone kind of lets you know, hey, I might want this, or I want to buy this like 5 days before Christmas, just in case you have not gotten them anything. They're kind of like letting you know what they're looking for. Micah Parsons told the Cowboys, hey, I want a deal early. And he wants a deal early to help the Cowboys attack free agency themselves in March. So this is the realistic Christmas gift that I would give the Cowboys, is get the Parsons extension done early, because I think attacking free agency will be undeniably more important than getting a better draft pick in April. And I want to see the Cowboys attack free agency. I don't know if they will. I don't know if deep down this is the gift that the Cowboys want, but I know this would be a realistic gift, and as realistic as it can get, and it would also be one of the most beneficial. Now, this is the best case scenario. You ready for it? Ben Johnson as head coach. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think Ben Johnson lands in Dallas. I don't think he will even consider Dallas among his top landing spots. But if you want a coach that is going to give you a game day advantage, there's no better bet than Ben Johnson. You've seen the play calling. The run game is out of this world. Receivers are wide open all the time. And he's so creative that an offensive line trick play is like a weekly requirement for the Lions. They almost call a penalty on them if they don't run an offensive line trick play. And then you get now Jared Goff is faking fumbles, for God's sakes. Give me Ben Johnson. That is my long shot best case scenario gift. Now let's go for the short-term gift, because you might notice these are long-term gifts for the most part. Beat the Eagles. This is very self-explanatory. You know my position on tanking. Sure, it's a better draft pick at the end of the day. But I don't think any good Cowboys fan wants the Eagles to lose, especially if you're playing against Dallas. So yeah, just beat the Eagles, and that's about it. That's what I can add. Now, this is the much-needed gift. This is the gift that someone gives you, not because you want it, but because you need it. Shout out to my girlfriend. She gave me an iPhone case last year, completely destroyed it less than 1 year later, and she gave me the same thing now. Obviously, there was something else, right? She gave me another Christmas gift, but this was like a compliment to the gift. And this is a gift that you badly need. That's a Jonathan Mingo breakout game, ladies and gentlemen. That's a Jonathan Mingo breakout game. The guy has 11 targets in 6 games since joining the Cowboys, 2 catches. That's it. 2 catches, 11 targets. The Cowboys say they don't regret trading for Trey Lance. That's a lie, obviously. That is an absolute lie. Just let's not regret another 4th rounder. Please give us a good Jonathan Mingo game. Please act like the dude exists. That's that. That's my much needed gift. And last but not least, this is the sock style gift that your uncle gives you. Right? As a child, you don't want socks. Are they decent? Yeah, they are. Are they useful? Deep down, they are. You might not realize it, right? Because you want toys. You want an action figure. You want a video game. You want a PlayStation. But you could use socks. And if you get them, like, deep down, they're decent. You might not realize it, though. That gift, that idea is running it back with Mike McCarthy for me. And the reason why is if you run it back with Mike McCarthy, no one's going to get excited. Some people might even get upset, as you would if they give you socks. But that's better than many of the options the Cowboys might consider, honestly, at the end of the day. If you're between running it back with McCarthy and then or hiring Mike Vrabel, I'll take my chances with McCarthy, honestly. After all, he did win 12 wins back to back to back, and people get tired of hearing it, but it did happen. They're going to keep you in the conversation. That might not be what you want, but it might be better than the worst case scenario. So yeah, Sox, no one's going to get excited about them. I'm sure I'm not going to ask for it. I don't want Sox as a Christmas gift, but you might get them from your uncle. And in this case, your uncle is Jerry Jones, I guess. So yeah, that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you have a fantastic Christmas day. Hope you enjoy the holidays, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye-bye.